Welcome to Figure Talk, the show where I take a figure from my collection and show you some of the cool things that you might like about it. In this episode, I want to talk about this Ponda Baba 1/6 scale custom figure. With the Sideshow figure coming out soon, I thought it would be really cool to take a look at this just so you can get a feel for what a 1/6 scale Ponda Baba figure looks like. Because the only company that's ever done one was Hasbro, and it was a 12-inch toy essentially, and it looked nothing like this. So let's take a look at this one and have a little talk about how cool it's going to be when the Sideshow one comes out. So let's take a look at Ponda Baba here. This is a custom that I made and it's kind of been a nightmare from start to finish, as you can see by the jacket that's all fallen apart and all these little orange bits have gotten everywhere, even on the head sculpt. So I'm so glad that Sideshow have decided to do a 1/6 scale of Ponda Baba, because that means that this guy can go in the trash because he's doing my head in. But I thought you might find it interesting just to see what a 1/6 scale Ponda Baba looks like, because I haven't really seen any videos of anyone doing their customs. I've seen the odd picture here and there, but so let's get into the head sculpt. The head sculpt is from a 12-inch Hasbro figure from the 90s. You'll notice that the shape of his face is different from the Sideshow one because it's a little bit more rounded around the nose-mouth area, whereas theirs is a bit more square. And you can see all the little orange bits have destroyed the paint job. Unfortunately, I kind of gave up on this, to be honest. And you can see the little what I can only describe as butt cheeks on his face there. But I cut out this whole hair and cut it to size and then trimmed it and kind of glued that on. And it did used to look nice, but to be honest, this whole figure is just kind of like degrading. And it all kind of started with the orange jacket. Now the orange jacket is from the Hasbro figure and it is like a pleather material. I tried all kinds of things to spray on it, to wipe on it, to kind of preserve it, to stop it from falling apart, but it essentially had broken down over time and all the little pieces came off and they're all very, very sticky. So you can even see them on this gun and the hand. I tried to get it off the gun. The gun is also from the Hasbro figure, I just repainted it. The hands, the only paint I could get that was the right color was too shiny. So that was frustrating, but I did also put, and let me just turn this around, I did also put the hair on the hands, and you can see that orange stuff has just destroyed everything. So ultimately this was kind of a failed attempt, really. I did try with the belt. I made the little buckle, which was very difficult to do by hand, and then he's got a little belt underneath. I made this little holster there out of pleather, and I know in the film, weirdly, there's a scene, or like maybe they did some shoots with a different day, but the pants didn't have a yellow line on, but most of the time the pants did have a yellow line, because I kind of researched the hell out of this to make it, because I thought it was going to be epic, and kind of didn't turn out that way. So I used, it was so hard to find brown pants that were just right, but I managed to find these ones. And then these boots are pretty standard. I think I got these just from AliExpress. Makes it very difficult for him to stand because of the weight distribution. There's no sort of articulation in those boots whatsoever. And I got a nice cool white shirt as well. So I was really happy in the beginning because I had all the pieces I needed to make a really nice Ponda Baba. But this is actually the third, I think, jacket that we got, maybe the second, because we had the same disaster with the previous attempts. But yeah, that is Ponda Baba in 1/6 scale. Soon to be replaced by a much superior, much nicer Sideshow figure. But I wanted to show you that, guys, because to be honest, this thing's going to get demolished. I'm going to use the body for something else, and it will never see the light of day again. So at least it'll exist in this little video on YouTube, and years from now people will probably think it looks terrible, and probably about 10 minutes from now people are going to watch this and think it looks terrible. But thank you for watching, I appreciate it, and hopefully you just found this a little bit interesting. It's something a bit different, isn't it?